have to have discipline and to do stuff even when you don't like doing it. That is how you will achieve your goals.
I found you, girl, I like being around you. Feel like Kanye, I'm bound to. Shawty, if you down, I'm down too. Yeah, I found you, girl, I like being around you. Feel like Kanye, I'm bound to. Shawty, if you down, I'm down too. Yeah, high class, shawty so bad.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Asia, aka her buddy one. It's been a while since I made a video, specifically because even though I live in my own dorm room, I've been very nervous to have a social anxiety to make a video because I've seen people going through these thin walls, and usually when I make these videos, I know I'm alone and anxiety and stuff. I think people are hearing me through the walls or whatever. That's why I got that background noise and stuff. But hey, how you guys been? It's been a while. Right now I'm currently a junior in college, social work, and it's been a lot. It's been very stressful and dealing with anxiety, but I feel like this semester I've been way more motivated, getting up out of bed. I haven't missed a class yet, so clock that, okay? But I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably experiencing it now. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but there's like a winter storm that's like going on, like Chicago area, St. Louis, like New York, even in Texas. I was like, how in the world is it snowing in Texas? Like, I've never heard of that before. Like, it might as well snow in California. Like, and in Chicago it's like negative, like whatever degrees. It's like here in Edwardsville it's like 8 degrees, 9 degrees. But I just kind of want to make a comeback video. I hit 100 subscribers. Clap it up.
You have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
I hit it on Christmas. And I'm very grateful for that, and I wasn't expecting that. I haven't been very consistent on my channel because, I've just kind of been in my head and overthinking a lot. Shout out to Kai Snap, because I relate to everything he was talking about, like overthinking, leading to like stagnation and like leading you not to do what you really want to do and your dreams and your goals. So today I just decided that I'm just gonna kind of go for it and like make a video. Also, let's talk about my hair. No, I did not go to the salon to get my hair done. This is already like he was close, and I haven't had a relaxer in a while, and somehow my hair looks like this. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to do a routine about that. But yeah, I'm mostly just been doing school and trying to find a job, finding jobs. But I don't really have a topic for this video. I kind of just wanted to just do it, not overthink, and just kind of just go for like what I want to do. That's what this channel has always been for me. A space for me to just be myself and like just kind of express myself and what's been on my mind. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but what I'm thinking right now is like, and I did think about this a couple weeks ago when I was supposed to make a video, but rejection is your redirection. Okay, can I say that again? Rejection is redirection. I cannot tell you how many times that I literally was like down in slums, sad, depressed, because I didn't get the job I wanted. I didn't understand. I took it personally that I didn't get the job. I went after interviewing, finding multiple jobs for friendships. People not want to hang out with me, or even like romantic interests, things like that, like all those things, I want you to know that if you get rejected, any of those things is always redirection for something better. First of all, it's not meant for you if you're rejected from it. Second of all, it's really redirection for something better. I'll give you an example. I had applied to this law practice that somebody had in their house or whatever, and there was a flyer for it. I'm like, I want to get this job. I was lying a little bit on my resume and stuff, and things like that. And I was like, I'm gonna get this job or whatever, and I didn't get the job.
What I feel like saying about Tyrese, nobody wants to hire me, Norma. Congratulations.
I really wanted it because I thought it was really interesting, and I thought that she would actually hire me, and it was close to where I lived and everything, but I didn't get it. And a little bit anyone to that technically told me that I didn't get the job was like, you're lost. Like, yes, you're lost. Like, again, another thing you guys understand, you have the main characters of your life. Like, literally, I don't know if that's just a Leo thing, because I've been into astrology a lot lately, and I've always loved astrology, but I've been into it a lot lately. But regardless of the other things, girl, you need to understand you're the main character of your life, and you have to live like that. You have to literally live like you're the main character of your life. Stop being the background character. Live your life on purpose, and stop living for other people, and start living it the way you want to live it. Romanticize your life. Like, I'm big on romanticizing your life, and just doing even the small things. Make it, how do I say? Making even the small things interesting and meaningful. But getting back to the story, basically I want to send your law so bad, but even though it kind of hurt a little bit, like my self-esteem a little bit, something in my back of my mind was literally your love, if this wasn't meant for me, if this was meant for me, it would be for me, and you're literally missing out on something amazing. You're missing out on something really amazing. But then I think I was applying to a lot of jobs that summer. I was applying to a whole different types of jobs, and somebody reached out to me asking about an interview. I'm like, who is this? Who is this emailing me, asking me for a phone interview? And I didn't think much of it. I don't even remember the job that I applied to. When I was applying to jobs for the summer, and I still do that news today, when I'm applying to jobs, I'm just applying to just applying. I wasn't even reading the job description. Oh, summer internship. I wasn't really really looking at the jobs and really reading it. So when somebody reached out to me, I was like, what is the job again? I applied to so many. Turns out it was an internship at the Better Business Bureau, downtown Chicago. Even though the end of that story wasn't this, it still was a way better opportunity than somebody's law practice in their basement, because I was going to end up working in somebody's basement of their home. I'm working at Better Business Bureau in downtown Chicago, and internships, that's an amazing opportunity. And to prepare and stuff, for the phone interview, but to prepare for the in-person interview that I ended up getting, obviously, I had what's it called? I had a mock interview with my favorite career counselor ever. She helped me. She's actually the one that I think she helped me find jobs to apply to. And that was one of the jobs she helped me find. And I did a mock interview because at the time I was at school. I was in Chicago, so I did a mock interview before I went back to Chicago. And I'm telling you, when I pull up to that, wait, first of all, let's talk about the tips she gave me. Tips that really stood out to me that I think really helped me get the job was smiling a lot more and asking the interviewer a lot of questions about themselves. What she said was so true. They love talking about themselves, and they love when people ask questions because it shows that you're actually interested in the job, instead of saying, no, I don't have any questions, and asking them questions about themselves, smiling. And you don't have to be fake, but you kind of want to be engaged and show that you are actually interested in the job. And I took her advice. She said dress nicely and things like that. And I definitely think that her advice really helped me. We prepared interview questions that possibly made me ask, and I answered those questions, and that really helped me prepare for the question she was going to ask me. And when I got to Better Business Bureau, this is no joke. I actually did work at Better Business Bureau. They gave me that BBB. BBB is, if you don't know BBB, oh my gosh, bro. If you don't know what BBB is, it's basically the place that if you're BBB accredited, basically your business is legible and it's people can trust it. People go to the BBB website to look up businesses, local businesses, all types of businesses in the area or whatever, to see if it's BBB accredited and if they get trusted and if they should, consume that business. So, I've heard of it. I think everybody's heard of Better Business Bureau, BBB, and you see that kind of trademark everywhere, on commercials and stuff, but I never really knew about it. But when I pulled up to the interview, it was nice. It was an elevator building downtown, and never been to a job that never had a job that nice and fancy and stuff like that. Overall, I was very intimidated, but during the interview, I didn't have any expectations, other than preparing my questions. I didn't have any expectations really, and I tried to smile a lot, ask a lot of questions, be engaged. I actually have a conversation instead of making it so much like an interview. And I noticed that in doing that, even though I was hella nervous in doing that, it made the interviewer very think I was very interested in the job, and I got hired on the spot. I noticed that all the jobs that I've gotten, that I've ever worked and been employed at, I was always hired on the spot. If they don't hire me right then and there for the interview, usually I don't get the job. They don't hire me on the spot. I've never had somebody be like, oh, okay, we'll let you know 2 or 3 business days or on Monday or whatever, and we'll let you know and see if you got a job. And I have never gotten a job from that. They usually always hire me on the spot. So I ended up getting the job. She's like, we'd like to hire you. And I was so surprised, and I was so happy. She was showing me around the place. I'm telling you, it was downtown. They had a rooftop where you could see the city and chill during lunch, and it was so nice. It was my first office fancy job, and it was just an internship. But literally, basically, I'm trying to show you guys that every rejection or redirection for something bigger and better. God has something better for you. That's what I want you guys to know and really take from this, because just because you're rejected don't mean the world is over. It doesn't mean you have nothing else better out there. And I want you to take it for friendships that don't last, because I've had those. Romantic interests that don't last, because I've had those. Jobs that don't last. It's literally redirection for something better. And never give up, and know that God has something bigger and better out there for you always. And I ended up getting that big, incredible internship. Now I can put that on my resume, and people see that, what I'm saying, they see my experience there. I can have better opportunities to get a better job from it. Even when I start my social work career. So I just want to tell you guys that every rejection is redirection, and don't get so stuck in your head about it. Get up the next day and keep going. Because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will. You gotta believe in you. And, you just gotta believe in yourself. And, another thing I'm learning is motivation. It's nice. It's great. Motivation will get you nowhere. Because motivation is a feeling. Motivation gets you nowhere. Motivation is a nice feeling. You feel all motivated to do something in the moment. But what really gets you somewhere is discipline. You have to be disciplined. Like, one day you may feel like doing something makes you motivated, but then the next day you don't feel like it. And then now you're inconsistent. Say one day you feel so motivated to work out, so motivated to eat healthy. And then like the next morning, you feel like crap. You feel like blah. That feeling when you wake up and you're like, blah, you're tired. Like, I just want some sugar. I just want, I don't feel like working out. And now because that feeling of motivation is gone, you're no longer doing that goal you want to do. It's discipline. You have to be disciplined even when you don't feel like it. I'm learning that to myself, and I'm a big feeling girl. So like, I move a lot off of my feelings and things like that, and I'm learning that to get somewhere and to really achieve your goal, you're not going to always be motivated. You have to have discipline to do it even when you don't feel like it. Again, you have to have discipline and to do stuff even when you don't feel like doing it. That is how you will achieve your goals. And it's not going to be easy. Motivation feels good. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I feel so hyped, and this feeling makes me feel so energized to do it. But feelings come and go. They go up, they go down. But what you really have to keep intact is your discipline and your why and your purpose in doing something. If you attach your worth or attach your reason towards motivation instead of your deep purpose and your why and discipline and really wanting to achieve your goal, you will get nowhere if you attach your reason and everything to your feelings and motivation. It has to be deeper than how you feel. It has to be something you deeply actually want, So I'm learning that too. Also, welcome to 2026, guys. Y'all got your new goals. Fuck that. 2026, if you want something new for this year, and I'm learning that myself, is like, you can't go off for motivation. You have to go off for why and discipline. Doing things even when you don't feel like it. You can't depend on your feelings. Don't ignore your feelings, but don't depend on it. Don't depend on it. And, let that be like the determining factor what you do and don't do. If you attach yourself to anything too much or depend on anything too much, it will ultimately always end up letting you down or disappointing you. You have to know that. And that comes from feelings, from people, from a job, from success. Those things like, people, job, success, those things fluctuate. It goes up, it goes down. You can't attach your sense of worth and meaning to those things, because they're not things don't always stay the same. People don't always act the same. Jobs aren't always the best, and you're not always at the top. You may not always be successful. You may not always be unsuccessful. So you can't attach your meaning or your worth towards that. It has to be, you have to put your worth in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will believe in you, and you have to be your number one support. Okay. Also, like a higher being, like God, you have to put your worth in God. Like, I am a child of God. I am the daughter of Jesus Christ, God. I have my worth in that. Because of that, I mean everything. I can do anything, you know. He died for my sins. He did everything for me. I can do anything because of that, you know. He put me on this earth for a reason. And again, second thing is putting the worth in yourself. Like, you have to believe in you, you know. If your worth is within yourself and your love is within yourself, when those things don't work out, those outside factors don't work out, and internally if you're good, those things won't affect you as much, you know. You'll feel it. You'll be heartbroken. You'll be disappointed because you're human, but it won't affect you as much because you've already got that inner self-worth and inner knowing of who you are. I know who I am, and I know I can be successful, and, you know, my worth and, you know, loving myself isn't tied to external factors. And when you learn that, you become, I think you become emotionally intelligent, and you can really get through anything and really, like, you know, understand the world, and you won't be so stuck on if an outcome or if something works out or not, because my work don't come from it. Okay, so yeah, you know, obviously it's always easier said than done. I said this in multiple other videos, but it's easier said than done, of course. But, you know, eventually when you start thinking like that more and looking at situations from that view, I'm not gonna say you're never gonna hurt. You're gonna hurt, but, you know, you get over it easier and you see the bigger picture for life, you know. So yeah. And I think the final thing I kind of want to leave you guys on is, for the topic, which turns out to be the topic, rejection is your redirection, is that, you know, when people reject you, it's based more off of them and their values and their views and what they're looking for than you yourself, you know. Everybody has their own types, their own things that they like and prefer, and you just may not be the thing. Just like you have your own types and things you prefer, and the other person may not be the thing. And sometimes rejection is not even, you know, about all of that. Sometimes it's just like technical and stuff like that. But just, you know, don't take rejection personal. Being rejected hurts, but the next day or after you're rejected, you got to get up and go to the next and move on and keep going, because that's how you get that bigger opportunity. Because know that whatever's meant for you will always find you. Again, rejection is your redirection. Don't take rejection personal, and know it's based. Usually when people, you know, treat you bad or reject you, or, you know, it's based off of their own values and beliefs, you know. If someone doesn't like you, it's usually based off of them. If they talk bad about you, it's usually reflecting who they are as a person rather than who you are as a person. So just remember that, and don't put your self-worth in others or external factors. Find it within yourself. This is something I'm learning, but find your self-worth within yourself. That will take you far. Finding your self-worth in other people will leave you, like, just down, you know, and, you know, you can't move forward, you can't move forward. When you find it within yourself, you can do anything, you know. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys with. Remember, don't dim your life for nobody. You are the main character of your life. Do what you want. Don't live your life to please others, or, you know, to be accepted, or what they do, things that you think other people will like. You know, live your truth. Live your authentic. Live as your authentic self, and be the best you can be, girl. You have one life, and you gotta live it how you want to live it, truly. And yeah, guys, I'm back, and I will try to post more consistently. And again, remember, girl, boy, you're the main character of your life. Remember that, and live like that. You know, just know you're amazing, you're smart, and never give up. I will see you guys in my next video. And yeah, Bye. Peace.